Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspocrypto. Well, we will talk and analyze the Bitcoin market today. Something is changing. We need to see if that's really bullish or just it looks like bullish, but it isn't. Let us start with the weights ratio as usual, and we will see what we can figure out. First of all, you remember weights ratio 30 hours moving average was rising, and the price was, in consequence of that, just declining. And you can see here that then it started, I would say, almost dumping, indicating that we stopped sending more Bitcoins to the exchanges. And yeah, it's lifting up a little bit, but just really a little bit compared to before. It's nothing. I mean, we need to see what's going to happen next. Some say we are going to pump hard, others say we are going to dump hard. To be honest, volume is declining. Bitcoin doesn't really look very strong, but, and that's new, stablecoin reserves on exchanges. I have talked about that. Look, that's amazing. That's really big. Well, I mean, let us take a look here. We are talking about a little bit more, I would say 3.3 billion US dollars. 3.3 billion US dollars since yesterday just went into spot exchanges, and that's something. Well, I mean, if I see such kind of move that looks like retailers or whales, that's mostly whales are coming in. When I see such kind of move, that looks like Binance itself is refilling their stablecoin reserves. Um, well, I mean, makes that sense to refill? Yeah, it makes. When? Usually, when you are expecting the next rally, and so a higher demand for stablecoins. Not usually when we are seeing such kind of stablecoins just mean that that's ultra bullish because you have two scenarios. The price is going up, FOMO is coming, and people will convert their fiat, USD, euros, whatever, in stablecoins to buy afterwards assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. That's one part of the coin. But the other part, of course, is if you are expecting a sell off, and you remember I was mentioning we are detecting every day 100 millions of stablecoin outflows from Binance, for example. And I have detected that Binance got 1 billion yesterday. The wallet is Binance 14, so in my opinion, that's just partly, be careful what I'm saying now, partly to refill their reserves, but I don't know for what. At the moment, I don't know if they are expecting the bullish scenario or if they are expecting the bearish scenario. It's not really clear for me. Another thing that looks pretty good, even if that's not that high, is the stablecoin supply. It lifted up as well. Not big, absolutely not, but that's okay. I mean, that could be a sign that the market will take a breath next. Okay, it's not going to say that we are done here, to be honest. We need to be very careful. I didn't see such kind of dump like here. Okay, you remember I have said when I see such kind of dump here, that could give us maybe a signal of we are maybe done. So sometimes it's very helpful just to zoom out and to check, okay, how does that look? And yeah, the weights ratio is declining, and only that looks very bullish. But if we take the daily one, we can see we are still too high. And yes, just remember this here we had already. You remember that? That was the start. Okay? And we received much more. And just 2 weeks later, we had a big, big, big pump uh, where we went from 37 to 45. And the same happened here, okay? Or for example, let us take that here. And what happened? Well, I mean, we pumped from 48 to 52, so $4,000. So we need to be careful. I mean, of course, we had big dumps, we nuked a lot, and the we need to calm down a little bit. I mean, in my opinion, we are not done. We will see more bearish scenarios, in my opinion. Also interesting, you remember I was saying, oh, that's huge, and now it's, well, just coming down to, I wouldn't say that's the bottom, but I mean, the bottom is something here at 30, and we still are at 38, so we need to be careful how to interpret some data and to zoom out sometimes and just to see what's going on. So can I imagine we go up? Maybe, I don't know, to 36. Yeah, just to close the CME. At the moment, that could be maybe a scenario that mm, could be realistic. I don't know if we are going to see a relief rally. Not yet. Not yet, to be honest. Let us take a look to the flow activity if we can detect something useful there as well. And yeah, if maybe we can figure out today in the analysis what's going to happen next. It would be useful to make some predictions. So flow activity. Well, it declined again. And to be honest, all these flows are, in my opinion, not here. Not everything. Of course, they saw the way up. I don't know if that's a preparation. They feel their exchange wallets now with bitcoins accumulated enough and are now waiting for something bullish, but maybe also waiting for something bearish. I really don't know yet. And that's something we need to check, maybe also related to futures or I guess more with options. Because even CBD doesn't really look very bullish. We will talk about that. So yesterday a lot, 3,000, almost 3,800, 2,900, then 2,000 Bitcoin, 4,000 Bitcoin, 3,300 Bitcoin, 2,000 Bitcoin, again 4,400 Bitcoin, and so on and so far. And I mean here almost 6,000 Bitcoin. Tonight 4,800 Bitcoin. Just yeah, 6 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 3,000 Bitcoin. I don't see all these Bitcoins here. In my opinion, they are accumulating again, and that matches very well to the last move of the market maker. His balances are not rising, something I would expect after the bottom, when the bottom is in. It's even declining more. And we need to be very careful. Of course, we had outflows. 1,800 Bitcoin a year, another 2,000 Bitcoin a year. Wait, oh, sorry. 4,000 here, 2,000 here, 2,000 here, and so on and so forth. So Yes, we are getting outflows as well, but as you can see, more inflows are coming in. And if we take a look to the stable coins, it it looks very flat. It looks even more red today than green, to be honest. So they are taking profit, and yeah, my opinion doesn't really look very bullish, but that's something, in my opinion, we need to see what's going to happen next. It's too early. So let us take a look to the option trading next, I would say. So let us talk about future trading. And first of all, I would start with this chapter explaining again, because I get the feeling many of you don't know what funding rate means. When people are saying, Inspo, take a look to funding rate, I take a look to funding rate. Funding rate is, I don't know, it's, yeah, for example, here, okay? They're telling me, look, we are going to moon next. Too many shots on the table. How do you know that? How do you know from the funding rate that we have much more shots on the table? I don't know, because I can't see that. I just can see that they demanded, of course, they demanded much more shots than longs, but it's not telling you anything how much. It's just a ratio. It's just telling you people are demanding here more shorts than longs. If we have, for example, to make it very easy, we have here 10 traders. Okay, we have here 10 traders. Of those 10 traders, 8 just demand shorts because the price is dumping. What happens to the funding rate? Right, it's declining. But 2 of them just went long. However, you can see that maybe here a little bit, but that's it. Okay? So it's crucial to understand what it means, because if the funding rate is for you a very crucial indicator and you want to guide your trade strategy based on funding rate, then you should know what it means. Okay? So it's just indicating, it's a nice indicator to show you the sentiment of future traders. It's not showing you how much longs or shorts we have. It's also not showing you the long-short ratio we have on the exchange. If you want to know, for example, and that's tricky now, we have the open interest. The open interest is indicating you the amount of placed contracts. It doesn't make any difference between longs or shorts. Okay? So then you can use both. Then you can start and say, okay, funding rate is declining. For example, okay, let us make here an example. Just imagine funding rate is declining, open interest is going up. What does it mean for you? Huh, wait. At least in that area here, we are getting a lot of more shots. A lot of more shots. And then, of course, I would say, oh yeah. Oh, that looks like we are receiving a lot, tons of shots. But when I see that here and the open interest, well, it's rising, but just lifting up a little bit. And the open interest, it's just a summary. It's showing you if you close your future, for example, because you say, I just want to take profit, it will decline. If they wreck you, it will decline. If you just say, oh, the market is boring right now, I just want to close my future and go out to the barbecue, for example, it will decline. If you come back and you say, I am now in mood, I don't know, to trade and I want to go long or short or whatever, it will rise. Okay, that's the only thing that open interest is indicating you. Nothing else. Just a combination of both could be useful. Could be. But for me, the funding rate, it's just indicating me the sentiment. And even then, I don't know how many traders are playing here at the moment. Even the open interest is not indicating me that. So be very careful when you're taking that kind of indicators, and please research before you use them and make some decisions based on it. Okay? Well, leverage ratio is it's declining again. That's something I like. Let us make no. We can do that at the end because otherwise I will have some problems here with my charts. We have stable coins here related to derivative exchanges. We received big, but as you can see, it's more red than green, indicating we have more outflows than inflows related to stablecoin futures, indicating they are taking profit and yeah, maybe they're flipping. As you can see here, I mean that's really huge, 130 million US dollars. That's really big. And all these stablecoin reserves on exchanges, it's not particularly related to spot exchanges. It could be derivative exchanges as well. So I think um, many of these stablecoins just went to derivative exchanges, and you know, with stablecoin, you can short, you can long, whatever. And then we have our Bitcoin chart here related to derivative exchanges. It looks a little bit more bullish than bearish because, in my opinion, when it's green, it's indicating we are getting more Bitcoins to derivative exchanges than outflows. When that happens, in my opinion, they are going to long instead. Okay, so that's something we should have in mind. However, nothing big happened here. I mean, yeah, 1,500, 2,000, but at the same time, 2,000 outflow, 1,700. So the balance looks, the net flow at the end looks more, a little bit more inflow than outflow, and that's it. Let us take a look here to blockchain whispers, and let me just here refresh the website. So you remember we had here more than 2 billion longs on Binance. Many disappeared, of course. I mean, we had 2 days where we nuked the market. So we liquidated a lot of longs, but we still have a lot of longs, more than shorts. Even shorts are rising a little bit. I mean, we had 700 million and now we have almost 1 billion. That looks good, but we need to be careful. Bitfinex, well, what should I say? I mean, people are saying, do you have any thoughts about this all-time high and longs? Not really, because Bitfinex always had more longs than shorts. As I remember, I never have seen Bitfinex with less longs than shorts. And for me, if I want to see the sentiment of Bitfinex wails a little bit, I take a look to the Ethereum one, and I can see a little bit more long than short, a little bit more long than short. Even here on Binance, for me, Binance it's the most important one because we can see retailers here, we see the market maker here, because the market maker use trade bots on Binance and so on and so forth, just because it has the biggest liquidity. And at the moment, I wouldn't say, yeah, it's maybe flipping a little bit more to bearish at the moment, but it maintains almost neutral. Not really clear what's going to happen there. If we take a look to FTX, yeah, give me the current one, please. And I take a little bit of water. Hmm. Wow, that changed a lot. Wow, that really changed a lot. First of all, we don't have any big volume anymore. You remember yesterday, 400 million and something? I would say I'm not sure, but I would say maybe the volume of both are almost equal. Yes, we have here maybe, yeah, I don't know really. That looks, hmm. Okay, if they want to go up, it's not going to be very funny for them. So I think, in my opinion, if they want to go up, just really fake rally, they would like to accumulate some shots before. And it seems they didn't here, at least on FTX. And in my opinion, I don't know, if it's not equal, maybe we have a little bit more long still, and that would match also to Binance. But nothing high leverage anymore, it seems. I mean, not big. They start at 26. I don't know, maybe they have started high leverage at 26. That's also possible, and that looks really interesting here. Someone is it's shorting really with low leverage. Yeah. So if they want to wreck them, we will have fun just pushing the price up to 50K. I don't think that will happen tomorrow. So that's about future trading. Let us take a look to the options. So we can see what's happening here. Something I don't like to see. They are selling coin margin contracts. They are they bought a lot of stablecoin margin contracts and yeah, are maintaining the price as you can see with spot as well because it's exactly the same move that stablecoin margin contracts did. FTX on the bearish side as usual at the moment, and yeah, you can see that while they are still selling coin margin contracts, now they started selling stablecoin margin contracts and spot, and that's why the price is now declining. Of course, if we take a look, we have formed such kind of double top, and the question is if we are going now just to leave that area. For that, we need to cross that here. So, we need to see. But let us take here a look and zoom out even more. We can see here perfectly the double top got rejected twice, and so it's possible that we go down. If we zoom in, we could maybe even see a head and shoulders formation. They are preparing something, maybe, but I really don't know at the moment. So, but as you can see, they are, yeah, just selling shorts related to coin margin contracts. Something I don't like to see, to be honest. And yeah, stable coins, not big accumulation, nothing happening here. I don't like. So something I have also mentioned today and also something I don't like to see is the market maker. The market maker is reducing his balances, indicating he's sending. It seems he is reducing, he sold, he is splitting his wallets or whatever what he is doing usually. And that's pattern analysis now. If you seen such kind. I have mentioned that last time, last summer, They reduce their balances. And maybe that's their bottom, okay? The maximum. And they had a balance of 5,070,000 Bitcoin. And they still have 5,130,000 Bitcoin. I have said, be careful. I have said yesterday, be careful. They could still have 80,000 Bitcoins available to dump even more. And since yesterday, they reduced it by 20,000. So we still have a gap of 60,000. And they, I mean, if they really start to reduce their balances more and more and more to that level here, oh Jesus, with 80,000 Bitcoins, they can do a lot. So we need to be, yeah, very careful what these guys are doing. Let me show you also because I think some of these guys, for example, this one should start to accumulate or something. No, not really. No, not yet. Not yet. That's maybe the start of accumulation, but that's too tiny. We can see that. That's the really very small whales with, let me see, 10 to 100 Bitcoin. And then we have the red ones. These guys also are not looking like they're accumulating. And then we have, yeah, my market makers, and you can see that doesn't look bullish at the moment. So, and I can track a little bit their fund flows. Let me refresh the website here. If we can see more. Okay, so let us start with the market makers. They sent today another 2,800. And the problem of these guys, they are so big, they have access to over the counter. So they use Binance, they use different centralized exchanges, of course, because of trade bots and so on and so forth, but at the same time over the counter. And over the counter, we can track their flows there. So if they reduce their balances by 20,000 and we can see, I don't know, they have sent maybe something like 4,000, 5,000, we still have a gap of 15. We need to see what's happening. I mean, last time you remember, they sent a lot. I mean, almost 25,000 Bitcoin, and we know what happens afterwards, right? We went from 30,000 to 25,7. So we need to be very careful. Even here, 4,500 Bitcoin, and then we drop from 29.7 to 28, almost 2,000 Bitcoin dollars. So we need to be very careful on what's going to happen next. Let us check the little whales, and these guys are still sending, but nothing big, not like here. Okay, it seems they bought here. That explains why their balances lifted up afterwards. And then we have these whales here, and these guys, yeah, almost here very active. They bought, they sold, whatever, fund flow. So I need to track these guys even more, and if I start to detect big activity like we had here or here, it's a preparation. And usually the weights ratio should start to lift up. But the problem is, I don't know if of all these bitcoins, of all these movements, if they sold everything. I really can't tell you that. I really don't know. The only thing we can do, and we make this now here live, is we check the exchange reserves, for example, of Binance, because they love to use Binance. Ooh, okay. I didn't check that. So to be honest, it's going to surprise me maybe, and it's going to surprise me. Crap. Okay, let us check. So we had here 549,000 bitcoins. Oh, Jesus. Oh, okay, we are talking about 60,000, 550. Oh, 38,000, 39,000 Bitcoin. Still a gap of 39,000 Bitcoin between that here, that area and that area. 39. Hmm. That's big. I don't like. Okay, let us talk about the next chapter. I need to check what's the next next chapter next. Oh, Bitcoin, what are you doing? What are you doing? Look at that. They reinforced 26. They reinforced 25. Bitcoin, 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 what are you doing? That's Coinbase. Deribit. Deribit starts at 25 as well and 32. I don't like at all. I mean, when I say, I, first of all, today I'm absolutely neutral because I'm not longing, I'm not shorting, I'm not trading today. I'm just, I got my lesson. I am, I'm just analyzing, but that's it. And in my opinion, that doesn't look good. 22 Bitstamp. What's wrong with you, Binance? Oh, Jesus. Oh, 25. Ay, 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 26. Okay. Maybe I reduce that a little bit more, makes that sense. I mean, sometimes they use this cluster with low volume orders, and maybe at Bitfinex as well. Oh, but Bitfinex, what happened to Bitfinex? I mean, at 20, just imagine. Flash crash to 20. Bitmax. Huh. A lot of orders disappeared, it seems. We have here 20, 25, right? Yeah, 25. Oh, Binance. What are you doing here? Limiting at 31.5, limiting at 31.8, limiting at 32, limiting at 32.1. Okay. And then limiting at 28.3, 27, 26, and that's it. Okay, they removed their wall at 22K. That looks really interesting here. Also here, Bitfinex. Do you see that? That area here? They filled every little gap with little orders. Also a sign. 25. Oh, 20 again. 20. Really, guys? 20? Who is placing that kind of orders at 20? For a flash crash, maybe? Something like, maybe I'm lucky? I don't get that. Well, let us talk about my personal conclusion. Let us make a summary. Uh, Looks really interesting today.